All right, this took me a little bit longer than I meant it to be, mostly because I just don't think. I'm going to be honest. I just don't think these are good. I don't know. I don't know. Especially when I purposefully didn't read the Land Raider detachment because I did not want to be sad. And I was correct in my judgment, okay? But anyway, all right, let's do this. Speedwaugh or Kult of Speed. Which one's better? Um, let's get into it. So, first of all, if we start with Speedwaugh, the Turbo Boostas is a very cool rule. And I think it's only saved by it gives your guns assault when you do it. Otherwise, Cult of Speed is so much better. Unconditional, uh, almost army wide, advance and charge and fall back and charge is so much better. Oh, and shoot, You get a shoot too, by the way. But yeah, let's just do a quick little rundown, and I'll talk about my reasoning here. But yeah, I don't think either of these are quite there. The biggest the biggest buff to them has been Wazdaka, who is, frankly, if he was in a different faction, I think he would be too good. If he's in Orcs, I think he's fine. You know what I mean? Like one model who's a little bit too good is not going to raise us out of mid tier, but he does help. So all right, let's just go quick through. I think the best enhancement is the custom shock box. Having one squad of Def Killer Wartrike move through terrain, charge things, and gunk things up is going to be really good. It also goes pretty well with the best strat, which is the lands and +1 damage strat. That strat is cranked. Is it good enough for the rest of the detachment? I don't think so. But the other one, I think, Dakamech is actually fine. The problem is, I don't know if you're going to use it twice. Because, one, you have a problem of if you turbo boosta, your mech can't get out of your truck to whack it. But also, if you do it, the only good gun that we're going to rapid fire, I think, is Tank Busta's rockets. So, that is good. It's range 12. Well, for the rapid fire. It's probably, I don't know. Okay, it sounds cool. I'm just not convinced. Super Burny Fuel is good. I don't think you take it for it, but if you got points left over, throw that in. Master Mechnologist is the best name. However, it's bad because you have to put on a regular big mech, and so it's like +1 Blizzard skill on a custom Mega Blasta. Maybe because you can't put it on a shock attack gun because he's not a big mech. He's a big mech with shock attack gun. There's a distinction there. So that one's bad. Don't do that one. If you compare it to the Speed Freaks ones, the enhancements are actually better. Because the best, well, are they better? The other ones aren't exciting, but they're good. The 6-inch Consolidate and the Move and Shoot are really good. They do exactly what you want them to do, which is gunk your opponent's army up while you're trying to do your actions. But yeah, I think the problem is with Speedwaugh is the Turbo Boostas does not beat Adrenaline Junkies. Even if you get like a bunch of 24-inch moves, let's say the perfect scenario, you get these 24-inch moves and you move, forever, and you shoot and you do like you get the full 24 move, full value. I don't think it's better than just advance and charge, fall back and charge, advance and shoot, fall back and shoot, especially for what the units that we have to take to do this. Now, I think part of the problem with these, I just want to point out, is I think these detachments aren't actually bad. The problem is the units we have to take are so hamstrung because I'm going to give you a problem, which is war bikers are expensive boys. Okay, now boys aren't exactly burning the world down unless you're running 120 of them, and even then, and so 65 points for a boy profile offensively is not great. But yeah, let's do a quick little. Let's run down these stratagems. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So here's the thing. There is no single strat in Cult of Speed that is as good as Dead Killy Construction. Dead Killy Construction is cracked. That is a great strat. It is amazing. It's the reason you're taking this detachment. The problem is it's going on Warbikers, who are, spoiler, AP1, who Armor Contempt is definitely going to be a problem here. Or it's on Defcoptas, who are AP0. Now, you can do it. They have a lot of attacks, so like versus Catan or versus, well, not a Catan because you lose the +1 damage, but I mean, you could. But versus something that's got a 3-up save or a 4-up save without Armor Contempt, good. You can do it on those guys. There's no other targets. There's no other targets that are good for this except for Wazdaka. Now, Wazdaka does love this strat, but like, he's one dude, okay? That's a lot to ask for one model. Now, it is 12 attacks, so I would put it on him. I'm not taking the detachment just for Dead Killy construction. So, if we just go through the strats for Speedwaugh, on to move, good. It does feel a little bad that it's just what Cult of Speed does all the time. Mobile Daka Storm is really interesting, and here's why it's interesting. It sounds really good because your guns on your Defcoptas, importantly, go to 11. That is a huge breakpoint. 9 is good. 11 is almost the best because you just want 12 because 12 is, you're hitting super hard targets. But hey, look, it's a lot to ask for. The problem is you have to hit something. And what are you throwing away that you're going to shoot to hit something? And sometimes you just don't miss. I don't know what the exact odds are, but if you shoot a truck with just a big shooter at something, there's a decent chance. I don't say it's a high chance, but I'd say probably like, I don't know, 1 in 5 times you do it, you're just not going to hit. So, yeah. I don't know. Special ammo is interesting. The problem is we just don't have like an amazing thing that wants it. And so what I mean is Defcoptas, it's basically +1 to wound because what are you shooting at? That's T12 and -1 to wound? T11, T10 -1 to wound? Like what? It's just +1 to wound, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Good. Especially with Twin Linked, but like it's just +1 to wound. Bikers, it's better on, but then again, we're talking about AP1. Well, look, you got to be within 9 inches too, which is interesting. Getting cover, I feel like that's worthless. Why would you want to get in cover when you're probably already in cover? I don't know. Hey, look, it's a throwaway strat. What are you gonna do? And then up and down, great. That is a good strat. That is a very good strat. Just uppy downying. It's a bit of a bummer you can't put it on. What are the name escapes me? Oh, I'm so smart. The Storm Boys. If you can put it on Storm Boys, absolutely. If you compare it to Speed Freaks, now here's the thing about, if you compare it to Cult of Speed does something a little bit differently. So this one's trying to buff things that are not Defcoptas. Okay. Cult of Speed, it is just buffing Defcoptas. You are taking Defcoptas and you're cranking them to 11. Okay. 4-up invul on Defcoptas, amazing. Squig Flinging, I don't know if you're ever going to cast that strat. Sure. Okay, whatever. Daka Storm on Defcoptas, amazing. Blitzifier on Defcoptas, amazing. Okay, Full Throttle. You get Lance, but you don't get the +1 damage. So it's just a straight worse version of Dead Killy. But it's close-ish. And then Reactive Move, I think, is amazing. So what would I do? I would run Cult of Speed. The problem I have with Cult of Speed is I was playing it for a couple of months, and it's a very cool list. It's very cool. It's very fun. It is a little bit... This might be heresy here, but it's a little bit boring to play because every game sort of goes the same. You gunk them up with bikers, and then you gunk them up with bikers, and you shoot them with Defcoptas, and you just try to stall the game out. I don't know. Maybe... Now, I have not played it with Wazdaka. I don't think he fixes it, is the problem. But specifically about Wazdaka, the detachment he wants Cult of Speed. Dead Killer Construction is nice, but he wants to be able to advance and charge, advance and shoot always. So you can make him speed 20 every part of the game and just move him wherever he wants. Yeah. So I did some quick math. If we just go to Dead Killer Construction with Warbikers, with a Def Killer Wartrike, because that's the best target for it. If we go through, okay, it probably kills. Now this is the problem. Here's the other problem. I did this math without buffs on the enemy. And if you're doing this, they're probably going to armor contempt or something. But, okay, you kill about 7 Marines. You kill about, and this is without shooting. You're gonna pepper. I get it. Let's see. Do about 4 damage to a Land Raider. You do about 3 damage to a Catan, and you kill about 3 Victor's Guard. Killing 3 Victor's Guard is actually kind of a big deal for orcs. Is it like amazing? No, but having one thing kill Victor's Guard, you're gonna grenade. You're gonna, I don't know, tank shock. You have to pepper them. You got to chip the damage in, right? Try to get them to spend those CP, even though they have like 5,000 of them. With the Waaagh, it is significantly better. But it's just not, I don't think it's good enough. I don't know. I just think in a weird turn event, orcs don't hit that hard. And it's a weird conundrum. Because normally, I'm used to orcs hitting super hard, we just can't get there. Right? And so normally the play pattern for orcs was half your army dies on the way in, but half of my army can definitely kill your full army. And that is not the case. Right now I find we're not super deliverable. Like we're not able to get across a lot of those no man's lands super well. But we're better at doing that now, but we just don't kill things. It is kind of aggravating, which is why we're sort of just locked in to Warhorde. And you got to run Gazkul because he's the only model that has a different profile than AP2 damage to. But hey, look, he's speed 5. He cannot be everywhere. And once they kill him, your hitting power significantly goes down. So it's just this weird turn of events. I just don't think orcs hit super hard. And our shooting for a while hit really hard. But the problem with that was they thought we were having too good of a time, and now tank busters are 140 points. Why are they 140 points? I don't know. Why are Breakup Boys 140 points? I don't know either. But hey, look, these are the toys we got. All right, so if I were to do lists and I had to lock something in, this is what I would pick. Let's start with the Speedwaagh. I do think this is a little bit worse than the Cult of Speed list. I do think there are times you would take it over, but the biggest thing I struggle with these lists, just as a heads up, is once you're done with Defcopters and Wazdaka, the rest of the options are much worse. Like, what do you take afterwards? Because the buggies are all just sort of, optimistically, they're meh. Pessimistically, they're kind of bad. But, all right, so let's just run through. Speedwaagh. You got to start with Wazdaka. You have to have the custom shock box. I think if you're taking this attachment, you're going to take a Wartrike with that. I have a Wartrike with Super Bernie fuel, but that is because I had points left over. And then I would try the Dakamech with tank busters. Is it good? I don't know. I'm really torn because it is so expensive. Now it shoots. It does shoot. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's great. I think you're going to shoot it one time and they're going to go, oh, that has to die. And then they're going to kill that. But yeah, so then you do 3x6 Warbikers and I do 3x3 Warbikers. The idea is the max ones go with the Wartrikes, and turn 1, you charge shot with the one Wartrike, gum them up. Turn 2, charge the other Wartrike, gum them up. Turn 3, they probably have 0 primary. And then you have your min squads doing a bunch of actions while your Defcopters go and shoot people. Is it going to work? I mean, sometimes. The real problem is that we're going to have is jailless. I'm pretty sure if you've got guys who want to run the Land Raider detachment, they're going to be prepping to play against this kind of list as well, but that list is going to do it better. However, we got to play with what you got. So I got 2 Defcopters that are max and 1 Def as a min. I just had to fit the points in. You have to have commandos. You have to have commandos. It's going to help you jail people, and it's also going to stop you from getting jailed. And then I got 2 Defcopters in a truck, or 2 Tank Busters in a truck. Like I said, I just don't know. I think it's too expensive. It is really expensive. Kult Speedless. Basic idea. I got 1 Beast Boss in a truck with Snagga Boys. He's just going to help you with dev wounds. I have Wazdaka because you have to. He is absolutely integral to this list. And then 2 War Trikes, 1 with the 6-inch Consolidate and 1 with the Shoot and Scoot. Same exact idea as I said earlier. You advance forward, you shoot, you scoot, you block them all in their deployment zone. Turn 2, you do it again, and you just do it as long as possible. And hopefully by turn 4, they have no primary, so when they kill your entire army, you just win by default. Then we got 4x6 Warbikers and then 2x3 Warbikers. I prefer mid squads, to be honest, but you need the big squads for the War Trikes, and also, we just run out of things to put on our list. You have to have 3x6 Defcopters. The list does not work without those. I think they're the reason you're taking this list. In fact, I would say if Wazdaka made Defcopters battle line, this list would be cranked. Then you just run 36 Defcopters, and the things you could do with that. Would it be too good? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Look at what Space Marines are doing. What do you want? Commandos. You have to have commandos, and then you have a truck. So yeah, I don't think this pulls you away from Warhorde. I don't think it pulls you to other detachments necessarily. If you're just sick and tired of Warhorde, this is a decent place to go. I don't know what the best attachments are outside of Warhorde. You could do the Big Hunt. It's fine. Bully Boys, I think, is better. The thing is, Wazdaka is good. He's not so good that he's just carrying the orcs up above on his own. Because the problem is, he's a 1 single model. Now, he hits pretty hard for 1 model, but it's not like he's going in and killing whatever he hits. He's a bit of a scalpel. He's cutting pieces here and there. He's giving you lone up. He's giving you a decent, tough body that you can put on an objective, and it's probably going to live. He's giving you a lot of threat range, but he's not single-handedly pulling us out of whatever power level we're currently at. We're better, but we're not that much better. So yeah, I don't know. The unboxing for the Armageddon box is coming up this weekend. I'm going to go through with my buddy Jason, and we're going to see how correct Orchestra Dumbass was. But yeah, I hope to catch you on that one, and I'll catch you later. Bye.